welcome back to a Freshly Schools episode of the Flowskate Podcast. I am Stinch. With me today is Isaac Levy, who is not in the camera yet, but he will soon be joining Mr. Jake Nowry next to me and I on the casting couch soon enough. We were 10 minutes into the original recording and something got messed up on the audio, and we realized the mic was not actually working, but now the mic is working. I'll just refresh for everybody. We were currently talking about how we were out till 5 a.m. We were at Shalvata, had a table with the boys, and the one and only Jake Nowry is drinking again already today. He's on his second Arak and limonada, and he's already dummied an Oreo ice cream and some provolone cheese, and it's 12:21 p.m. in the afternoon. Itzik, do you want some cheese?
I do not want cheese.
What do you want?
Peace. Peace of mind. Look at this guy. How is this possible?
It's so cool.
I'd like to officially say that one day we're going to donate Jake's body to science so we can understand what happened.
Hey,
I don't understand.
he's a smart noggin.
Here you are.
He's a smart guy. He's a smart. I probably have never met somebody so smart who drinks that much Arak.
He's way older than his age.
Yeah, he's 20. What are you, 27?
26.
It's good age.
Great.
Great age.
Going on 46.
Exactly. Exactly.
got dummied for just 120 last night at Shalvata. That's not bad. 120 American. That's not bad.
2 rounds of shots. We got on the table. And then McDonald's. And the cab.
Oh, you got McDonald's.
Let me just say a funny fact about Jake when he's drunk. When Jake's drunk, he likes to pay for everything and he doesn't want to take money. So we're like, okay. Nobody going to argue with you in Tel Aviv.
No, not
every shekel counts.
Every shekel counts. It's like fucking Mario. It's like Mario out here. You fucking hit a box shekel, you grab it.
You grab it.
You gotta grab it.
Once in a while, you get a little mushroom free man. Somebody get a star, start running. Wow. Unbelievable night yesterday, though. It was fun.
Fun night.
It was a good time.
Dude, there was an absolute gremlin that came up. And I'm sitting on the booth next to Yuval and Marzico.
What a good-looking guy.
Marzik.
What a good-looking guy.
Man.
I saw the guy walking. We're at the table, and he's walking through Shalvata, and I got hit with an aura. And I said, what is that? And I went from 6 to midnight. And I said, Marzico must be in the building. And there he goes walking by. All I said was, Marzico. And he looked. Hey, I turn around. He's at our table.
But the highlight of the Marzico story is that Jake sees him. He's like, Marzico, are you wearing a Chicago Cubs shirt? He's like, what's Chicago?
Yeah.
And Jake is from Chicago. Mr. Chicago himself. Deep dish, Chicago.
A man from Chicago.
Oh, that was the first year. Yeah, he was a beauty. He was a beauty. I don't know whatever happened to him. I think his time came up in Israel. He tapped out of money. He left. Unbelievable night. But I still cannot believe I was alone.
On what?
So I'm going to the bathroom. Tomorrow? And it's just, you know how it is, right? When you're walking and then there's like a group of 12 girls all dressed in baggy jeans with white dirty shoes.
Oh, did you shred them?
No, I can't anymore. I can't. I think women, if you're listening out there, it's not too late. The women gave up. What happened to heels? What happened to sexy dress? Since when the $4.99 jeans at Walmart, baggy, with God knows what on it, a bodysuit that is way too tight for your body, and I can't. White,
I think it's kind of hot.
dirty shoes. It's like they all wear the same thing, and I think they call each other before, and they're like, "Hey, are you wearing the white dirty shoes?" Okay, I'm in. And they look at themselves in the mirror before leaving. They're like, "Wow, this is it. This is the outfit." And it is. Look, don't get me started on that. You know how I feel. And then sometimes they wear those socks on top of it. It is. So I'm walking to the bathroom, and I get dummied by like a group of 12 girls.
Is this yours? Sorry.
Yeah, knock yourself.
Yeah, so have some.
I get
Jake's begging.
I'm
He went
wa-
from Arak to lemonade, and now he needs more coffee. Or
I'm so hungry.
I'm walking politely because I'm a polite person, and I'm walking. I'm like, excuse me, which in Israel is like being blind. Doesn't work because in case you don't know, there is no structure here. There's no lines. It's a free for all. So I'm walking, and I'm alone, and I get tumbled, and I turn around, and there's a group of 12, and then one guy, and then I look at the guy. He's got a Hawaiian shirt, open, big gold chain with a medallion.
Stingy?
No, very close. I'm not gonna lie. For a second there, could have been. And we start talking, and I'm like, "Is this your friends?" He goes, "Those are my bitches." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm a pimp from Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee." I had to Google that, by the way.
In this?
Yeah, and
spell Chattanooga.
by the time I realized what this guy was talking about, he vanished.
He's
crowd.
He's in thin air.
And I came back to the table, and I was devastated because I figured this would be the guy to invite to our table, because it would have been jokes. Where are you going to see a pimp from Chattanooga, Tennessee, in Tel Aviv
So now it's
with 12 girls with white dirty Nike shoes? Where are you going to see that? Then nobody believed me when I said it.
Hey!
Don't get mad.
Oh my God! The honking.
Don't get mad.
The honking
Ooh,
here.
good game so far, huh?
It's 2-2.
Telling you, the Israeli national under 20 team is going to be a tough team to play.
Yeah,
they're young and in shape.
They're young and fast. Bayam is currently tied 2-2 with the U20 Israeli national team. It's a good game. Haifa absolutely got demolished for the second game in a row, so they come out, and Haifa comes out. And to the Haifa boys, if you're listening, we got to tighten this up here, fellas. We got some work to do, because they come out night one, opening night, get shelled by Netanya, who's a very good team, defending champs. Didn't lose a game all season last year, but that's a fucking different story. They get shelled 14-1, and then today they come out to Jerusalem and get shelled 10-2. So that's not a very hot start for the Haifa boys, but the St. Olaf kid is good. I don't know. He's good.
I want to remind everyone that I have 3 points.
Jake is a point. Jake wants to remind everyone that he's got 3 points in one game, and if he goes 2 games without getting one more, he's still a point per game player.
Let me take it further. Even if he doesn't score the next 5 games, he's still at 0.66 or something.
Yeah,
still a decent average.
Yeah, he could not score for 5 games, and he's still got a decent average. German 5 league.
German 28.
How many are going to go off your skate this year? Did tell him it went off your skate, did
It
it?
should be 2 points because that should have not been a goal.
Did it stick or skate?
100% skate.
Did you kick it?
I did not kick it.
Okay.
Elite prospect, you just have a confession. You can remove that goal from the stats.
Yeah, Elite Prospects, if you are listening, he just confirmed that it should not have counted. Didn't you look at the ref for him to wave it off?
I was waiting for him to be like, no goal, kick motion. So I'm like not selling, I'm looking. And then he goes, oh, good goal. And I go, all right.
Meanwhile, the ref from Hungary just wanted to get out of there so he can get home to see Melrose Boys in time.
Oh my God!
Bus here?
Is it? Yeah. What time's the bus leave? What time's the bus leave? So I remember you coming back to the table last night, going on and on about the pimp from Chattanooga.
It's unbelievable. I've traveled the world. This has never happened. And I don't know if he's pulling my leg, but I mean, Chattanooga, Tennessee, that's pretty like wild to invent.
Yeah.
I Googled it. It is a real city.
Boys.
What's up?
A year ago today, we were on the beach.
Oh.
A year ago today. Shabbat.
Oh, that was a year ago today.
The party.
That was the Shabbat dinner. Yeah. That was Harry Potter.
Let's show the camera. A year ago.
A year ago. A year ago.
And this is what he looks like after he drinks.
Yeah.
That was your profile pic. This was you last year? Here?
No, that was 3 years ago.
Damn.
I looked fat as hell, eh?
Good for you.
Fat.
Oh, your dad.
Okay.
My old grandfather.
Great guy.
Isaac, tell the flow skate a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How did you get out to Israel? How long have you been playing Israeli hockey? Just give us a little background here.
Now we're not serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so my story is very simple. I was born in Israel, 1982, and that's the year there was the war of Lebanon. My father was in the army, and in '84, closer to '85, when the war was over, he kind of had a, like a moment where he started to think about potentially giving us a better future, giving us a better opportunity. So when they emigrated to Israel, some of his family emigrated to Montreal and to Quebec. So he left on vacation to see his family, and then he never came back. And once he got there, our uncle helped him out, set him up, and then my mom, my brother, my two sisters were still here, and we sold our house, and that's it. Next thing you know, we were moving to Quebec in 1985, and that's the year the Montreal Canadiens won a cup that year. So this is where we actually, we got to Canada. We didn't know, we never saw snow. I mean, I was a baby, but my father got there. He was pretty young, 26, 27, and the Habs won the cup, and he saw the buzz in the city. He didn't understand what was going on, and by the time I was old enough to get on skates, that's how it happened. Now, fast forward to the Israeli part of hockey. At the age of 16, I got a call from a certain Sergei Matin, who was the president of the Israeli Federation back then. And he told me, would you like to come play hockey for Israel? And I'm like, is this a joke? Like, for sure, hockey in Israel. What's this guy talking about?
That's what I said to Tal.
And they came to Montreal to do a little, it was like a little tournament playing against all these Jewish high schools to raise money for the program. So the first game was in Montreal. A couple of guys from Toronto came in, and that's it. This was in January, and March I was already on my way to the World Championship. I played 2 years on the junior team, and then I went solid all the way to now on the national senior team. And besides that, had a few seasons in Europe, and then the Quebec Semi-Pro League, and then the minors a bit in North America. And this is how I met Tal, who's running the league here.
Tal runs the league. So to continue. How do you and Tal come?
You're not ready for this story. If you want a story about Team Israel, this is the story.
Hey,
Tell it.
The Tal one.
Okay.
Tal one
Are you guys ready for this?
They're ready. They have. You have to.
Tal, I'm sorry in advance.
No, this
Okay.
is the best story.
So
This is a true story. Whoever was there can witness it. This is a true story. So this is how me and Tal became very close friends, and today best friends. And we'll get to the IEHL part, but this is a true story. 2005 World Championship, we pull an upset. All of this. 2005 World Championship, we pull an upset in Belgrade, Serbia. We were coming in lowest seeds in the tournament. We almost got relegated the year before, but goal differential kept us up there.
Of course.
And that year we got a Jean Perron, NHL Stanley Cup winning coach. He coached us. You know what? It was a whole different ball game. We pull an upset. We move up a division. We're playing Division 1A, which is way under the top division in the world. And that same year, Germany came down. So first game of the World Championship, Israel, Germany. But that's not the story. The story goes, we have a training camp in the Czech Republic. Now, considering the fact that I'm coming from Montreal, my flight landed early in the morning, and the Israeli guys were only arriving later. So I was supposed to wait for them at the airport. Now I'm out of the flight. I got a couple of hours to burn. I come out, and I turn my head, and I see this guy standing there with a bag that says Stars or Texas, so I don't know where he was playing. Hairy. Just a guy that did not look that he is neither from the Czech Republic. I didn't know what he was, but he had hockey sticks. So I'm like, what are the odds? But I'm like, we're in the Czech Republic. There's a lot of hockey players. So I slowly creep my way through. And I'm standing there for like 30 seconds, just looking at him, trying to analyze who the hell is this guy. And I go to him, you play hockey? He goes, yeah. I go, for who? He goes, Team Israel. I look at him, I go, no, you don't. I play for Team Israel, and who are you? And then he starts telling me the story how he talked to Sergey Martin, and the second he said Sergey Martin, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a good story. So basically, what happened is Tal had just moved to Israel from Texas, wanted to play for the national team, was invited to come to the training camp to try out, and then based on the tryout, we'll see what happens. But what Tal did not know is that regardless of tryout or no tryout, there's rules in the IHF. So even if he made the team, he cannot play for a team for 2 years because he's got to play in the National League here to be eligible to play on the national team. But he doesn't know that. We know that. He doesn't know that. So right off the bat, we kind of clicked. He was a funny guy. Like we get to the arena, tryouts, training camp starts. It's a great city. We're there for like 6 days. And after the second practice, Jean Perron told Tal, I like what I see. I'm excited that you're going to be part of the team. I think Jean Perron also did not know the rules. But the funny part of the story is not that. I'm telling you, man, this is epic. So training camp ends. Now we got to go to Amiens, France for the tournament. Now Tal has been with us for 6 days. Sleeping, eating, practicing, going out. Part of the team. Everybody's loving him. He becomes real close with me, Bachner, Soriano, a bunch of guys on the team. Franco, the duo. But now, training camp's over. Now we got to get to France. So we have flights. The coach decided, cancel the flights. We're busing to France from Czech Republic. Team bonding. We're like, oh my God, this is a 14-hour bus ride. But now, Tal is there, and he has a one-way flight from Dallas to the Czech because he didn't know if he made the team. Is he going to play in a tournament? So the bus is about to leave the hotel, and Tal is on the bus. So as far as we're all concerned here, Tal is coming to play for the national team. Or at least being part of the team for the whole tournament, like practices, meals.
Right.
So we're driving, and he's happy, and his bag is under the bus, and we're fucking 4 or 5 hours into the ride.
This is the best.
But as soon as we are about to cross the German border into France, the bus pulls over in a gas station in the middle of the highway. When I tell you the middle of nowhere, okay? I don't even think I saw a bird fly in that direction. Nothing. Just fast cars, gas station, and the bus pulls up, and then the president of the team gets up. He's like, all right, so now this is where you get off. Now I'm looking around because I respect a good burn. Okay, a good burn stays a good burn. But this was way above my thought process. I'm like, okay, this is a joke. This initiation to the team, haha. But he tells Tal, yeah, like obviously you can't come to the tournament, like you can't play. We're not gonna pay for your hotel, food, plus insurances. You can't go on the ice, and if you can't cross the border with the team, so you gotta get off. Tal, everybody got quiet in the bus. This is a serious situation. The guy has no return flight from anywhere. He's got a suitcase, hockey sticks, and bag. And now the bus is telling him to get out. Up until this moment, I still think it's a prank. Because I'm like, there's no way this is happening. He gets up. He goes out. We look at the window. The bus driver already took his hockey bag out. And so Tal's outside. And I remember his face. I was looking at him from the glass. He was just standing there with his sticks, suitcase and bag. And then the bus just started scrolling and driving away. And we're like, what? And he's like this. And then somebody mooned him. Somebody on our team mooned him just to make sure you go. Now, the funny part of this doesn't end. I wait 3 years. For 2 years, I'm home thinking of this kid Tal. I'm like, I need to know what happened after the bus left. Because this is how it ended for us. But, back then, this is 2006. There's no Facebook and all this shit.
Are you on your third Arak and Limonada?
Ladies and gentlemen, witness the savage of a human. Bro, and it's 2 years later, we have a World Jewish Cup in Israel, and that's the first time Tal plays for the team. 2 years I waited. And he told me what happened after. He stayed in Germany, in that gas station for hours. Had no idea where to go. Did not know where. He had no money. Best story. Since that day, Tal Avneri's been one of my best friends. And everything that we're doing here in Israel is thanks to him. His vision, his dream. It's actually, I told him the other day, I'm like, you can build a skyscraper with what you're doing right now. Like, if you can pull this off, you can build a skyscraper, you'll be fine. But it was just, it's unbelievable what he's doing here. Which is, the best part of this is our third year. We're the Ben Yuda boys, right?
Yeah.
So we understand the progression of where it was to what it is. It's unbelievable. I mean,
Yeah.
Stinchy, our first year, we had like
I'm only I'm a 2-year vet. These guys are 3-year vets. I'm a 2-year vet.
2 years in the ice, but 3 years in our hearts.
what did we have? 10? Would we have 10 guys the first year?
Less. What are you talking?
Okay, let's go through it. You, me, Chris, Cam,
Janello.
Richie, Janello, Reby, Lucas Morel,
Yeah.
Fishy.
Oh, fishy. Wow.
Who else?
What a guy,
I'm missing one, right?
I'm missing out.
Real team player.
Is that all?
Who's the blonde-haired kid?
That was Fishy.
He has no shame.
We had 9 guys.
Can you confirm that Fishy had no shame?
No shame. Just a dirty German guy.
With a dirty German accent. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you had to smoke.
Yeah.
Always
But
high.
the-
Always high.
The rink next year is gonna be insane.
I should say that.
Yeah.
Never mind, he was not high.
Let's not talk too much about details, but there is a new ring being built in Israel, and I think it's going to facilitate a lot on the traveling. It's a beach city. It changes the dynamic. A lot of guys are staying in Tel Aviv right now. A lot of guys I know here would like to stay closer to the rink. Not everybody's degenerates like.
Pointing at you.
Hey, I can
But-
I'll put a piece in there.
All right, so. But we're talking about the IHL, and we were, I not by choice, but I had the privilege again to do the welcome speech to all the guys. And look, the challenging part of growing a league is that you're growing it with different characters, right? Like you said, there's for some of the players here, it's their first rodeo. It's the first time they're playing in a professional level. First time that they're on their own. First time that there's no mommy and daddy to tell them what to do. And then there's guys like us who've been around been around the picnic table, as we say. So the challenging part is Tal goes so above and beyond expectation. So I think people take advantage of that sometimes, or they'll call him. And example, here comes 18 years old, first night, goes out, hits on every girl at the bar, hits on every guy on the bar, hits on a bottle. He's so drunk, he doesn't know what's going on. Then loses his keys, loses his wallet. No, loses his
phone. It was his phone first. His phone first.
Ready for this, people? This guy traveled, loses his phone, digital card, but he doesn't have a physical card. I've never seen that. Doesn't have a wallet. He just has his bank card on his phone. Lost his phone, lost his wallet, lost his keys, brought a PlayStation or Xbox, and then left his door open. Somebody in Israel, you leave something on the table, it's gone.
It's gone.
The jungle. And then
But he's not the only one. How many young kids here have lost phones, wallets,
three out of the 5.
They'll learn.
And they were just in the second.
I know. Oh, I know. They learn. Yeah.
Oh, and some
Good kids. If you're listening, good kids. You're good kids.
great kids. Like, get your shit together.
You know what we call them?
Oh boy.
Jabronis.
Yeah, there are some jabronis for sure. There are some jabronis.
In my
Good
language, we call them galech.
good kids.
Yeah.
They're good kids. They
I'll be
mean,
honest,
they mean
though.
well, but
I'll be honest. I'm a total jabroni too. Like legit.
yeah, but like we said earlier, you're 26 going on 46. I'm 31.
By the way,
It's got me by 10.
me and Jake had the best idea last night. We wanted to start our own scooter company.
We talked about it this morning.
I'm telling him we're doing this.
Yes.
Muzz-
Prestige worldwide.
Muzzy
When
rides.
This is done, Dad. Now you gonna invest or not?
Yes. Muzzy rides, people. With a dirty big mustache in the front
Scooters.
and a mullet in the back.
Scooters are so popular here. The Limes, the Birds, the Wango
It's
Tangos.
like having a BMW in Israel. You have a nice scooter.
Sick.
Dirty.
Got a nice goal. Who scored, Levin?
Oh my God, if they beat Bat Yam right now,
He just sniped top show.
Such a beauty. Oh, those shells are sick.
Bayam's actually not as good as
Dude,
I
is
thought.
Lukin
They're
playing?
good though. Yeah, Lukin's out there. Lukin's good.
So dirty.
He's
Lukin's
so
out
good.
there.
He's my favorite Russian. Him and Gleb.
You're obsessed with Gleb, eh?
I love Gleb. He's a beauty. Such a nice kid.
But he moved.
But he's like so.
He moved to Netanya.
I know.
Not
he's
touching.
he's on Netanya. Now, hold on.
So back to all that. Basically, we're growing the game out here. I mean, Tal is an amazing guy. He does the moral of the story is even for all these kids who are losing shit and whatever, he's taking care of them like he's their parent. It's unreal. So he does a lot for us out here. He makes us something that's so enjoyable and makes everyone want to come back. And it's only going to keep getting bigger and growing. I just only wish I was fucking Jake's age in 26. Because that's true. Now speaking of, we're gonna pass the mic over. He needs to tell a little bit about himself. We're gonna pass it over to Jake Nowry. So Jake, just let the people know where you're from. What's going on with Jake?
All right, I'm from Chicago, Illinois, north suburbs. A quaint little town. No, I'm just kidding. It's like super suburban.
Tell them where you live now.
But now I live in Louisville, Kentucky. Yes, now I live in Louisville, Kentucky.
Not a safe place for Jewish people.
Oh, that's not true at all. There's a good Jewish community there. It's small, but it's mighty.
Small is the key word.
Small but mighty. Just like my Hebrew hammer. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god! Look at you. What a line!
I'm just kidding. It's not.
That comment was sponsored by us.
Yeah, that comment was definitely sponsored by Arak.
Speaking of, you're on your third.
Yeah, so I'm. Let's start from the beginning. So I live in Louisville, Kentucky now. I went there to go to school, and I ended up staying there. I went to University of Louisville. Shout out Louisville, great school, ACC, powerhouse.
Rick Pitino.
We love
him to strip clubs and casinos.
We love our strippers. I definitely love my strippers. But no, I went there. I played hockey 4 years at ACHA, D2. I'll be honest, it's the highest level I played besides this semi-pro league here. But it's fun to come out here, be a Jew and come to your homeland and play hockey and party up in Tel Aviv with these jamokes. These jamokes, it's a good time and it's a fun league. It's a good way to get to Israel if you're Jewish, even if you're not Jewish, and you get to play hockey, the sport you love, and be in the sweetest country in the fucking world.
Just for the record, Stinch is not officially Jewish, but he's an honorary guest in our tribe.
He's an honorary tribe member.
Stinchfield can easily pass for like Dr. Stinchfield. Please come to the door. It's very easy. But I think he's got no problems. First of all, if you were to change your Jewish name, what would it be? Give me a Jewish name for you.
I want to steal Jake's because I think the name Yosef is just so funny. Yosef.
The rabbi gave me that one.
Is the rabbi gave you that one?
Yosef?
Yeah,
Yosef?
It's Joseph.
It's Joseph.
I know.
But in Jacob in Hebrew is Yaakov.
Oh,
but my Hebrew name that was given by my rabbi when I was born was
Yosef. So what would Sawyer be? Is there anything for that?
No, you're too redneck.
Yosef.
The two Yosefs. Read a book. It can go right next to Eliza Sherbatov, my left skate. The two Yosefs. Unreal.
Hey, back to the scooter thing. That's gonna work. I'm gonna do this. I'll bring you.
I'm an investor. Yeah, I'm an investor. I want to invest. Okay. I also want a fucking. Jake's got a racehorse. I want a fucking racehorse.
Oh yeah, what up?
Tell him about the racehorse.
So I am part of a syndicate which owns a racehorse. It's called Sterling Luck, and she is a beauty. God, she's so pretty.
What do you got? 5%?
Around there, but it's a
5% of a horse.
I own the 5% of the ass cheek. I own the ass cheek.
It's got a foot.
How do you even get to owning 5% of a horse?
You buy in.
I'll allow you to go to the Kentucky Derby and like walk around like if you're a bit. They don't know how much you own.
Yeah, but I don't think she's got to make it to the Derby though. She's got to qualify in
she will
a race.
What's her name?
Sterling Luck.
That's a problem.
That's the name we chose. Hey, but we're gonna
Israeli name.
We're gonna buy. All right, so here's another thing we're doing. We're all going in another syndicate. We're gonna go in on a syndicate, and we're getting a fucking big horse. We're gonna get a nice looking one.
Fucking stallion. Yeah.
We're gonna get a guy. We'll get a colt. We'll get a colt. We'll get a nice colt, and we're gonna name it. Hey, are we naming it Arak or Galech? Arak Limonana.
Yosef.
I like Yosef too. I like Yosef.
No, because horses always have like, we call the horse the two Yosefs.
It's amazing.
I kind of like it.
The
But
two Yosefs. No, but I kind of like Arak.
yeah,
I kind of like the name Arak.
but the truth is,
This podcast is sponsored by.
Fucking might as well be. Holy shit!
you better call them.
They're gonna cease and desist us so quick.
I never.
Please do not use our name in your podcast ever again. We do not support any of the things you're saying, but we do like the Muzzy scooters idea. I think Arak can be in on this.
We don't want the podcast. We want the scooters.
A scooter with a little straw
buddy,
and-
who would
and-
die?
for 2 shekel shots. Boost.
I kind of like that.
Oh man.
No, we'd kill people.
Yeah. I never drink Arak. And I
Never in my life again will I drink Arak. In 2011, I had 5 or 6 of these at the beach. I underestimated the heat, and I almost died.
I almost died last night. I never drink it, and fucker over there bought me 4 shots.
I saw him do a move like
But tell him, what's a shot in Israel? A shot is not a shot.
no. So you have 2 things in Israel. It's all a scam. You have a chaser, which is what we would call in the United States or Canada a shot, a shooter. And then you have a shot, which is basically a drink in a shot glass. So it's like triple the size. And I don't know if you ever had a hot Jameson this big in a hot environment and it doesn't go through. I saw him do this.
The last one
The last one, he battled through. Respect.
got it.
That Jameson, I forgot about that. It was warm. Oh my god. That
And
was
she
so-
went to us like this.
Yeah, she just looked at us and did the money
Oh
sign.
man.
What? How long did it take us to get the first drink?
How about those 2 rockets at the bar? And I got turned down for not speaking Hebrew. And then Itzik starts wheeling.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Fuck."
I see. I got a joke with people. I speak Hebrew. They don't see it coming. Well, they see it coming, but they don't see it coming. But they do.
All right, I got 5 minutes left in me, and I gotta go to the beach. I gotta get.
Oh,
it
we
done.
gotta get it. Okay, we'll get a beach day in.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna get the boys back on. The Benny Huda boys. We're gonna get Janello. We'll get you 2 back on with Janello.
I promise you, this will be the most entertaining episode. There's a bunch of characters in it.
Hey,
Speaking of
we're
Janello,
gonna figure out the second mic. We'll figure out the second mic.
speaking of Janello,
Talk about it the next episode.
it's uncalled for.
I'm just kidding.
Speaking of Janello, what a beauty.
Janello's a beauty. Janello.
He toughed it out.
It took Janello 8 planes in 6 countries to get here, but he got here.
He's hairy too.
Yeah.
Hairy bastard.
Oh yeah.
Handsome.
Tarzan under those armpits. He's got a handsome fella, but
Buying him a brush. Did somebody? Oh yeah, I stole his brush last year.
yeah,
He brought it.
And I brought it back.
Janello's in the
That's a-
apartment. Janello's in the apartment for 5 minutes, and he looks down and goes, "Is that my brush from last year?"
And I'm like, no, maybe. He goes, bro, my dog's teeth are here. I'm like, but it's a Conair. It's like a $2.99, but it's a good brush.
He goes, "My dog's teeth marks
Stole
are
a
still
goddamn $2.99 brush.
No,
It's all Conair brush."
I think he left it behind, and I just like, oh, it's here. I'm
Like
like,
you said earlier, you leave anything
So
behind.
you
in
took
Israel.
a random. You took a random brush that was
it
left.
wasn't random. I knew it was his. Come on, don't you listen to what's going on here?
Oh.
We'll bring the brush next time to the. We'll introduce you to the brush.
Yeah.
But I honestly had no way to get out of it because his dog bit the handle to a point where it's unrepairable. So it's flagrant.
That's flagrant. It's an illegal stick.
Yeah, no, but you can't say no. It's not. It's the same brush. It's not this one. It's this one. There's DNA on it. There's dog DNA in the brush. What am I arguing? A great brush, Conair,
Fantastic brush.
fantastic brush. He's never getting it back, by the way. He's gonna have to steal it back. That's why Janelle was no longer invited to my apartment. Anyways, man, this was great. Thank you for having us.
Get you back on, boys.
Thank you, buddy.
Get one out. That is the Flowscape podcast. Like, subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Apple Podcasts.
Check me out on my OnlyFans too.
and Jake Nowry, give him a follow.
Disco, 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 disco,